Brian Baldinger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brian Baldinger, a.k.a. Baldy. What a show today.
Oh, I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. And, the NFL is a show. And so you come here, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a team coached by Deion, led by Deion, but to see his son, Travis, and see the buzz that's here for these two players and other guys, some receivers and whatnot, but they're here to see these two players.
J Mac from Syracuse, New York, man, came all the way out to see my Colorado Buffs.
What channel do you watch? They brought you out here.
The pregame show.
Never watched the college game till last season when Coach Prime came to Colorado. And I am in Colorado at Folsom Field. I am the Colorado Buffaloes auntie from Texas. Sweet treat.
Hey, I've been following the pregame show. It's all about let's go Buffs.
Away from Texas. Yes, sir. Watch you every single day. Nobody lays it down like Uncle Neely and the pregame show.
Neely, pregame show behind the scenes of everything. And why does he get that kind of access? Why does he get that kind of access? Because trust is involved. You would never get the kind of access you desire unless there's trust and relationship. You're trying to put your own game.
We're here to see these two players.
Can I start with the buzz? Because I know you worked a lot of pro days and you've been around. When you walk in and just see this setup, VIP section, what does that say about the Prime effect?
Well, I mean, it's part show, but then it also, you got to go back it up. You got to go perform. But this was a moribund program that nobody talked about. And now they're on the map and winning games and doing it with, there's just building this thing, but they built it with two of the best players in the whole country.
Absolutely. And before we get to players, I want to talk about the 30,000-foot range. As an NFL guy, and you know what GMs and owners and scouts are looking for. When you got a Warren Sapp, a Marshall Falk, a Pat Shermer, or staff, what message does that send to the people who make selections that these guys are pro-trained?
Well, I'm looking at Champ Bailey over there right now, too. I mean, they all want to be a part of it. They all want to, come and join forces and lock arms. And, all those players you just mentioned have a tremendous standard for how the game is played, how you're supposed to practice, how you approach it. And that's the big thing for young kids is what's your approach? And I think, Sapp didn't know that he wanted to be a coach. He never thought he wanted to coach. And now he loves it. He loves being around the kids. And I think the kids love being around them. And then you're getting the best instruction. If you're thinking about playing at the next level, why wouldn't you want to be around guys who wear gold jackets?
Pat Shermer has been on record saying if you want the best athlete in the draft, you got to go Travis Hunter. If you want the best quarterback, you got to go Shedeur Sanders. Pat Shermer knows what he's looking at. He's been there, done it.
Well, he's not wrong. I mean, they didn't have a whole lot else. He put in a college offense. It's not his background. He basically put in Chip Kelly's offense, outside receivers, inside receivers, 4 wide. And, teams blitzed Shedeur like crazy. He defeated the blitz. He got the ball out of his hands. He didn't play with no fear. The star player was Travis and put the ball in his hands, let him go make these plays. I mean, it was not to steal Deion's thing, but it was showtime.
Yeah. When you look at Johnny United's award winner with Shedeur, set an NCAA record, all-time record for completion percentage, but now the knock is maybe his arm isn't strong, this kind of thing. Do you see that as guys just trying to drive it down the draft chart, and somebody's going to get lucky and get a great guy?
Yeah. That's what this whole process is about, tearing guys apart. I remember when they did it to Cam Newton. I can remember when Cam was the undisputed number 1 pick, and all they wanted to say, well, he'll never be accurate. He'll never win. He's the MVP and got a team to a Super Bowl. And he threw for 400 yards as soon as he got to the league. That's what they said about Cam. So it's just part of the process. And the fact that he's Deion's son, it makes it even more so. He's, but that's okay. That's all right. I think Deion has groomed the kid as a son and as a player to be prepared for all of it.
Talk about prepared. You can't have a great quarterback without at least having good receivers. Somebody's catching the ball.
Yeah.
When you saw these receivers today, LeJohntay Webster, Will Shepherd, list goes on and on. What did you see out of that group?
I saw a fast group and a group that tested well. I mean, Will Leonard jumped over 40 inches. He's a big receiver. You look at the slot receivers in Jimmy Horn Jr. and how fast he ran a 4.4 today. They've got real speed inside. You got to get a little bit over their height. Probably not as tall as you want in that position, but they're going to have a chance. But the outside guys, Wester and Travis, they got a real chance.
Finally, defense. Cameron Silver Craig out there reminds me of Bob Sanders. You got Shiloh out there who wasn't so happy with his performance, but his dad got a break on getting him a car. But I think Shiloh is a draftable guy and a talent. What do you see when you see these defensive guys that are coming out of Colorado?
Well, Silvio Craig, man, you turn some games, like he makes every tackle. He's all over the place, and he lines up in all the different spots. Like he's really an impressive looking player. So I think there's a couple guys. Linebacker is really good, number 20. So I think, and look, Shiloh has been a big part of this thing. And so, I think these guys, I don't know like what round they're going to get drafted, but they're going to have a chance to go make a team.
Baldy, can't thank you enough, man. Appreciate you. I enjoy your coverage. Enjoy what you do. Big man to big man. Love
That's
you,
it, man.
Yes, sir.
It's all one in the trenches. Got to do on it.
Man, look here. Baldy is in the building. We've had Coach Prime on, Lewis Riddick, Baldinger, Steve Smith, Hall of Fame Robertson. Like Shane, you're sitting in a hot seat, baby, and you're sweating because you had a hot performance. I couldn't be proud of what I seen out there, man. You get off, look good. How do you feel, most important?
I feel good. I feel good. First of all, it was just good to see everybody today. See everybody do their thing today. Everybody been training since, January.
Yeah.
Man, it's just good to see everybody out here working and just put all the effort for it. I feel like I had a good day today. Some numbers I want to be better, but you're always going to have that. But, thought I looked good out here today, and now was just on, let the cards fall where they may in April, let them watch the tape, any other business stuff like that.
Yeah, you'll have some calls and some visits and, some more opportunities to do your thing. But as long as you're feeling good about I watch your body language. I say this live, unrehearsed. You and I, literally have a relationship that we 100 each other. Yeah. Like you coach me, I coach you. I loved your body language.
Appreciate
it. There was no defeated attitude moving around. You attacked each drill. I was sitting here live a second ago, and I jumped, and I told Big Dog Chico, the audience, I said, man, Shane Coach just slapped the shit out that bag. Like, I felt it over here. Like, and you still sweat from it. Like, so from what I see, I think that you have improved your chances.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the same?
I do.
You walking off the field feeling it?
Yeah. I had a great day at Big 12. I had a great day here. I think I did great today, man. Obviously, want some numbers back, something back, but I showed out today, even heavier, so moving still well at a higher weight. It was 291 today, weighed in. So, I feel great about today, man. I really do.
Good stuff. How about them big ass hands, man? Looking like you shit. Shane, damn coach. So, Shane, I want to talk to you about this because you're one of the guys who transferred in. You played your ball at Dartmouth, Ivy League guy. Came to Colorado, did a grad year well, if I'm not mistaken. And so you were part of the turning this program around.
Yeah.
You were part of making this program relevant. These guys who are going out of here today are when the ship turned.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel as a player? Like when you get down the road in your career and look back and you're seeing Colorado in a bowl game of championship, you're like, hey, we started that.
I think it goes back to that. I remember my first conversation with Coach Palmer, my official. It's just like, we're looking for change makers here. Like, we have to turn this thing around. And, if you're not willing to be a part of that, you don't want to do that. It's not the place for you. It kept real, just hearing that conversation, knowing who I am as a person and as a leader. Like, that's a challenge I want to accept. Who doesn't want to be a part of changing the program, making it better, and just being a part of history, not only with Coach Prime, but just period. So
absolutely,
I just appreciate that, the opportunity, obviously, to come here. But, so much work we put in, Cam, Shador, Trav, myself, Bentley, like everybody who was here that first year, man, and just all the challenges, Jimmy. So just so many challenges that first year and just knowing what we want the standard to be, knowing what we want the culture to be, and just to see it change. Obviously, season didn't go how we wanted to, but, still ended up 9-4. But, just to still build this program into something for the new guys and the younger guys who are now older, just taking hold of it and just making it a better thing. I don't think it's a better thing that could be from that.
And when you look at your fellow brothers in the trenches on the other side of the line working out, this old line is greatly improved. This organization is greatly improved. And I think it's been a result of iron and sharpening iron, man, that y'all really brought out the best of each other.
Yeah. I think some always take away was that first year in the summer and again, you saw the transfers, and I really build that culture that year. I remember me, especially with Cam, everybody else, like, when we bring people in, like, we got to set the standard. Like, we know what it is now. We've been here for years. So I think this past summer, all those guys like Justin, KT, Will, Tay, you know, they're leaders in their own right. But, you know, just focusing on that this past summer, building that team chemistry. I think that was one of the big things that helped us have the success this season that we did have.
Yeah, so much more to success to come. You know, I call you a cerebral assassin. I love your mind. You're a deep thinker and a brawler out there as well. Wishing you nothing but the best in the days, months, and years to come, man. And you know you and Art gonna stay in touch.
Always, always. You know that.
Even if you don't send me a couple tickets here now and then. Chico, you got anything for Shane I can relate to him?
Hey, man, tell Shane stay up, man. Enjoy watching him. If I had to ask, where
put yourself on the screen. I'll repeat the question.
All right, where would be your ideal place to play next season, Shane?
He said, what would be your ideal place to play next season, whether it's system or location?
Ideal place to play. You know, obviously, you know, it's just a blessing to be drafted on the team first and foremost. But I think the ideal system, you know, is just a place that allows me to be as versatile as I am. You know, in my college career, I played 0 through 9. I played everywhere from the D-line at a high level. So I think just being able to go somewhere that just allows me to be that player, play and be versatile and just show my skill set, you know, no matter what position I am on the field, I think that's a dream come true. That's all I can ask for.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, man. Way to go. Coming from a great family.
Way to go. Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
once again.
Appreciate you, huh?
Look at that damn hand, man. Now I'm hurt over here. I feel like that damn Hemi bag over here. Shane Coates is in the building. 99 is in the IPF. Heading on out, baby. Shane damn Coates. Hold on 1 second, Chico.
You got, and I noticed that about Unks too. He'll say, you say I give people middle names. You give Shane Coates a middle / nickname when you always say Shane damn Coates. That's his nickname.
Oh man, yeah, man. You know, hey, I'm gonna put that damn in there for Shane Coates. He just hopped over do a radio interview as well.
So where y'all from?
We up from Miami, Florida.
All the way from Miami.
All the way from Miami.
Appreciate y'all coming, man.
Hey, man, we love what you guys are doing, man. We want to support you in every way.
Appreciate your family.
And we're recruiting at home. Everything we see at home, we bring it this way.
My man.
You gotta believe. Dude, we've been believing since day one,
That's why I
dog.
gave him to
Remember
you.
back in Jackson State? We've been believing with you in the pregame show.